Austin Carver felt exhausted, and the day hasn't even really started yet. Holy Sister Renee had explained their situation patiently and pleasantly, even if between Mercedes and Eric they had probably seemed as pleasant as bears who were woken up early from hibernation. Sylvia was okay enough, but her chipperness made her somewhat oblivious to social graces that the Candlings had. Melody was probably the only other one with some understanding of diplomacy, and it was her job to speak and empathize with others. They were probably only holding on to their relatively positive relationship with her due to their position as Kingmakers. It was honestly ridiculous. He could understand being scared, confused, indignant, and a million other emotions, but being so self-centered, not to realize the precariousness of their situation, just how much they're relying on other people for things like food, clothing, and information, and how pushing them around like you owned the place could only lead to trouble. It was exhausting. He maneuvered himself from the more Adal's kitchen area, tea in hand, as he heard a rustling sound come from the commons. The tree itself was huge and entirely hollow, yet only 2 or 3 Holy Sisters were allowed in at any time. Renee and Adalaie were the ones on shift. This month, apparently. So when he came out to see an unfamiliar face, he was surprised. It was a male Candling, which he found odd, considering only Sisters of the court had access to roam freely to the tree. So he was immediately on guard. "Excuse me," he spoke, drawing the Candling's attention. "No offense, but are you supposed to be here?" Like most Candlings, he was tall, but definitely odd in appearance, black, feathered robes covering pale skin with sunken orange eyes framed by dark circles. His teeth were sharpened and poked through his lips, set awkwardly in his mouth. "Ah, you must be one of the Kingmakers," he paused. "I didn't mean to startle you. My name is Brother Emmeline Chassier. I've come to deliver a message to Holy Sisters, as well as request the Kingmaker's presence in Briarsend." Austin nodded, keeping his expression open even as the temptation to narrow his eyes suspiciously at the Candling presented itself. The Candlings were oddly expressive, he had noted. Emmeline was no different. His posture had taken on a defensive stance as soon as Austin had announced his presence, and his eyes scanned him up and down before flicking to the exits. None of that really bothered him, though. No, it was the look in his eyes. A spark of mania, and a twitching in his posture that almost forced unpleasant memories to the surface. He shook them off and smiled. "I just talked to Holy Sister Renee not too long ago. Would you like some help finding her?" Emmeline relaxed minutely. "Sure, leads the way." Austin turned his back to guide him through the tree, spreading out his powers as he did so. It served 2 purposes. 1, it would let him keep an eye on Emmeline, and 2, it would call every person in or near the tree to him, like a sort of silent alarm. As they walked, Austin paused on the staircase to catch Emmeline's gaze, as he felt Mercedes draw near, blonde hair and scarred face, just visible from behind them. "You know, Renee hasn't been able to answer this question well, so I was wondering if you might have a better response." "Sir, what do you want to know?" Just as he finished speaking, a wall of ice slammed into the Candling, pushing him into the wall and freezing him there, hands restrained to keep spells from being cast, as Mercedes walked forward. "Do you think we're fools?" she hissed, asking the question for him. The Candling's eyes widened, and he paled even more, if possible, a small, silver dagger clattering to the ground. Caught red-handed, he supposed.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist, Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I play Matthias, and I am the Rift of Typhon.
I'm Sonia. I play Emma, and I am the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I play Jane, Rift of Hera. Well, I'm Simon. I play Aron, whose rift is King David.
I'm Selena. I play Marigolanis of the Rift of Hades.
And where we last left off, we had an episode of team bonding and travel. So let's get back into this game, shall we? Where we come back from Matthias, Ezekiel, and Adalaie, exploring. Adalaie cannot join us for this episode, unfortunately. But you all are coming back to the court to get ready to have dinner with Christabel Brewis, the Carpenter Guildmaster in Oakhart. So what would you all like to do?
I will, after a while, like right before dinner, wake everyone up. And inform them of like, hey, we invited so-and-so to dinner. I will also check with like the Holy Sisters and be like, hey, we invited this one person to dinner because we want to talk to them.
Sister Sian, it is an honor to host a diplomatic meeting for the Kingmakers. We will prepare a feast.
No need for like a
Hey, just like an extra plate for them.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything bigger than that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do whatever you think is necessary. Don't want to like offend you or tell you how to do your job, but
We will
also,
handle this, not to worry, and she rushes off.
I check in on my owl first thing. See how it's going.
Doing good.
Anymore.
Still got a while yet to hit Firefell.
Good. No more Nighthawks now this day.
Yep.
Except Dayhawks, which are 10 times worse.
Gone.
The dreaded Dayhawk.
They're like
Just
Nighthawks.
a regular hawk?
They're just Nighthawks with coffee.
Just a regular hawk.
But it's super annoying. It just won't give up.
No, it's a Nighthawk who drank a lot of coffee, so it goes like 100 miles an hour extra. And it's just...
God.
It's a Nighthawk that, like Aron, refuses to sleep.
So not a very effective hawk.
No, not very at all.
Well, it depends. If Aron needs to be effective when he's half asleep, he can be. He just hasn't really needed to be.
I don't think you understand. Ashley will give you the exhausted tag, and that is a -1 to every roll until you sleep again.
That's
Aron will still
terrible.
be as effective as possible. If he needs to be, he doesn't.
Doesn't need to be effective.
It's true.
Anyway, Christabel arrives when the sun gets a bit lower in the sky. Plates are being set up around the building is set up a bit differently than Fairpoint's Cathedral. It has a side room with a big table in it for food, and it has like regular pews like a church would. In the main hall.
I will like do my best to clean up Ezekiel because we're probably filthy at this point.
Yeah.
Just like wipe.
Try to make
down his
ourselves
face.
presentable.
You're all
Yeah.
starting to miss indoor plumbing, electric lights, showers.
Oh yeah.
Ezekiel doesn't miss any of that because he's like, I get to be covered in dirt.
He's living the 4-year-old dream.
Yeah, and I will also, Jane. No,
Yeah.
I will give Adalaide a project to tide her over, and I will be like, hey, this cool black fabric, any chance you can turn it into like snazzy father-son coats that like match?
Adalaie smiles deviously and takes the fabric from him.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And she gets to.
Awesome sauce.
Jane will have definitely been taking the time out of her day to wash up in some way. So she will
I mean,
make
there are
her presentable.
baths, there are just not showers. And that takes a while to draw a bath, because you have to get buckets of water. And the court can heat it up with, like, fire magic, so it is warm, which is a luxury you wouldn't have had otherwise.
But it's just warm.
But it's lukewarm, because they have to warm it up bucket by bucket. Dump the bucket in the bathtub.
He just noticeably looks more put together.
Yeah.
What?
And Mattie will force Ezekiel to take a bath before dinner. But Mattie will do all the work to draw the bath and warm the buckets and all that.
Okay. Well, Christabel arrives, promptly. And she'll look at the fancy, sort of meal that's been put together by the sisters, and she'll look them over. It's just me come by. You didn't need to put all this together, Sister Sien. Nonsense. It's diplomatic greetings for the Kingmakers. Must go our extra miles. Well, whatever fits you, I guess.
Pinches the bridge of his nose while standing behind and just...
I just shake my head up, so like, no.
Thank you very much for going above and beyond.
And she beams happily.
We very much appreciate this.
We do. And I'm sure it will taste delicious.
Oh, well, you should all enjoy your meal.
Would you like to join us as well?
Oh no, I'm afraid I have a congregation to get to.
At least take some food with you. There's a lot of it.
We'll have
here.
food there.
There's so much food here. That's okay. We'll eat.
So much.
You enjoy your congregation.
There's so
Wish you a
much
pleasant
food.
meal.
Sit down and look at all the food. There's so much food. Oh my gosh.
I thought they were
Quite a bit.
feeding an army here. I'm not going to complain then. This looks great.
I wonder if we can take some of this with us.
Like in doggy bags?
Yes.
I have
Like-
Ziploc bags.
Do you have Ziploc bags?
Yeah. I mean, after an air flight, I have some snacks. You never know when you're gonna be feeling munchy, I guess.
Of course, we'd have to make sure we take the food that won't rot, because there's no such thing as fridges here.
What we just eat for right now.
True.
And talk to
should do that.
Christabel.
Yes. It's
Anyway,
nice to
can,
meet you, Christabel.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Can you all give me a run through of your names?
I am Emma.
It's nice to meet you, Emma.
Jane.
Mattie.
Jane. Already met you, Mattie. Aron. And you, ma'am?
Mara.
Pleasure to meet you, Mara. If I haven't already said it, Christabel Bruce, Guildmaster of the Carpenters Guild here in Oakhart. Biggest Carpenters Guild this side of Ashbourne.
I'm gonna turn to the others. She was very pleasant and very humble, and I liked it, so I invited her.
I see.
What sort of business does your Carpenters Guild normally conduct?
We take the lumber from the grove and other nearby forest clearings that we can get, and we turn it into wood furniture and things needed for the rest of the capital continent.
Do the what were they called? Dark squirrels?
The black squirrels?
Them. Do they bother you? Because
When they get so few in number,
Mhm.
old Baron thinks something scared them out of the forest recently.
Oh,
Well,
we
they're back in
put
the
them
forest now.
Back in the forest.
Well, they're gonna keep coming back until whatever in the forest is dealt with, but we'll have to trust the Candlins to deal with that.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not gonna go in the forest.
Luckily, a message has already been sent out, so they should be able to deal with it.
So, as carpenters, are you guys allowed to go into the forest?
No. Lumbers take trees from the outside of the forest. Candlins can regrow them, so eventually they'll regrow very quickly, so we don't need to cut very deep into the forest.
Alright, that makes sense.
Occasionally we'll draw from trees not around the near groves, just for a different type of wood.
Are you guys hearing this? They are solving deforestation before it's a problem. Is that awesome to anyone else?
That's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
Imagine if humans could think that far ahead.
I know, it'd be awesome.
Because
Well-
we think in the next 5 seconds rather
Well, I
than...
mean, they are human.
Imagine if the humans from our world could
Yeah,
take that.
Candle
just
things are the ones
So many
stupid.
praise that it took being locked in a forest to then actually have, hindsight.
Well, this is one of the only forests on Althara that you can get real wood from. Everything else is like smaller clumps, so we're one of the prime sellers of wood. It's one of our major export lumber.
See, it's kind of like
that wouldn't. That forest wouldn't exist if it was on our world.
Yeah, they would have just mowed
It would already
over.
be gone.
And then you'd be like, oh crap.
Then we'd have no wood at all.
Maybe
That
the big
seems
tree.
rather
Exactly.
short-sighted.
Yeah.
I'd have no
They
business.
adapted plastic and metal because they thought
You know-
those were so much better.
We have steelwork
Yeah.
and things, obviously. But what is this plastic you speak of?
I will.
Oil. Do you know what oil is?
No, I don't. Well, we have some lantern oil, I suppose.
So
It's
what
like
we
that.
do?
Byproduct of that.
Yeah, we take the oil from the ground, and then I will take out the bottle full of gasoline that we collected,
Yeah.
and we.
I re-listened to that episode. You guys did not actually collect a bottle full of gasoline. The smoke demon attacked before anyone could.
Ah,
Oh.
Oh, I
dang.
thought we had some.
Nope. I
we
had
have
to
a
edit that
bottle.
episode, so
We
you
have
do
a
a
not.
bottle that's plastic. So I will take out a plastic bottle and be like, "This is plastic," and then I will take out the Elsa etchy sketch and be like, "This is also plastic."
Mostly.
That's very colorful and different.
It's cheap to make, but it never fully goes away.
It doesn't
which
go away, really.
Is the problem?
Bad.
Good until you throw it into the import. Like, let's say you throw it
Ocean.
somewhere else and it's not gonna leave.
You
Like
leave it on
everywhere.
an animal and they, die as a byproduct. It's really not the best.
No.
That doesn't sound that great.
Yeah.
Creatures of the forest are holy, so we don't like killing those squirrels that come on. We just try to catch them and send them back if we can.
I was about to offer that idea. Never mind.
Killing the squirrels. We did
If
a
you
really
could
good
just-
job of putting them in the forest.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
not
you won't see
killing them.
traps for them. You don't want to hurt the
What?
guys. That's why you won't see traps for them. We don't want to hurt the guys.
Oh.
Mm.
We trapped them because they liked.
Ah, well, that's a creative solution.
Yeah. It's weird when they eat it feels tingly when they eat the light. It's like pins and needles.
Sounds quite interesting.
Nah. So you have lumberers who take the wood from the edge of the forest and you guys refine it. Is there any specific qualities to this wood? I'm gonna look around. It's like the stuff where the wooden chairs and stuff, any different from wood on earth?
It has a bluish tint to it.
I don't know why I didn't be like, oh, wood from Magic Forest. It's blue. Why? I thought it was dyed.
No, occasionally there are different types of trees in the forest. This here, and she'll tap it, is prism wood. Usually, we don't make furniture out of it. We send that off to the academy for refining there to making wands and staffs because it has inherent magical properties. But most of the court prefers their furniture be made out of this stuff.
What are the magical properties?
I'm not a mage myself, so I wouldn't know very well. I think it makes better channeling, better wands and things.
I'm gonna look at Ezekiel and be like, we're sitting on wandwood, dude.
It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts touching it.
It's
We'll
really
have to-
interesting.
We'll have to ask some of the scholars of magic about this.
Our main
wood-
wood you see is it's a little whiter in color. That's called Mother's Eye wood, or Mother's Eye trees. Not as magical. They still have some minor uses. Though I don't know for what. We just don't sell it as in quite large quantities to the Carnival Academy, or the Mages Guild up in Andrathis. But that's the wood you'll see most furniture be made out of.
Is wood a premium here?
This is the
Only,
only forest you can get it from.
So it's expensive in other places?
I mean, people need furniture, and we can produce it pretty massively in scale, though it is expensive if you don't live in the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
I know that in Drathis' furniture, they use magic synthesizers to create furniture. A bit
Kind
cheaper.
of like how we do.
Yeah, that is true. Just like plastic.
I don't know how the Bellinarans achieve it, though they do have East Hollow. I can't imagine anyone wanting to get any of the East Hollow wood, though. It is
East
not
Hollow?
friendly. Yes, the living wood.
Oh.
I'm gonna bump Ezekiel. Do you hear that?
Trees are alive.
So once the wood is cut, it still remains sentient, even if it's apart from.
Well, it should be a real task to try to cut it down in the first place. It's not just gonna let
I
you.
told you, mimics.
It's not just gonna let you. It was created, there was a big Fey city in there once upon a time, and they made it to keep humans out, so they don't exactly like anything vaguely human-shaped.
What's your most expensive one? Like, the one that you have, like, the rarest amount of?
Prism wood. Magical.
Oh, yes, the magical properties. That makes sense.
It's so cool, though. Just a question, Ashley, do you legitimately have notes on, like, the furniture creation and price?
I have notes on the exports of the Everin Empire and the fact that this is the only forest in the world that can be drawn wood out of. So yes, in fact, I do. Thank you very much.
You have notes on, like, a bunch of the plant life and animal life as well? Because
Do you mean I have a monster compendium and codex of my own marked down with danger statistics to use? No.
Oh my.
What are you talking about? I didn't spend all that time doing something you would never interact with.
She only has one binder, Sonia.
Only one.
And only like 3 different Google Docs. It's fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
Clearly.
Welcome back to How It's Made. Here we see. I want that to be a thing now. You need to make that a show. It's How It's Made.
This is how it's made. City of Mist edition.
Anyway, let's draw that curtain back closed.
So, do you do much of the refining of magical properties, or you just recreate furniture and fix houses and, you know?
We're a carpenter's guild, not a mage's guild.
Yeah.
Most of the people that work for me don't have an ounce of magic. They're sent off to Cloudvale. Go off to become knights as court mages if they have any.
How expensive would you say enough to make a wand or so of this wood would be?
Prison wood.
Well, a foot, probably, or longer, of prism wood, lumber. Probably about 50 crowns. The magic refining process, the refinery process back would have to be shipped to Cloudvale to create a wand, and/or up to the Magic Guild in Andrathis. It would cost more to get it made in Andrathis and sent back than it would to send it to Cloudvale, of course, since we live in the Empire.
So shipping and handling, and then you gotta refine it, and then pay shipping and handling.
Probably at least 100 crowns.
That might be on the cheap side if you're just getting a
That's why I said at least.
basic refinery.
I don't think we need to worry about that, though. Is anyone here just magic? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I'm... I mean, I glow, but I'm not that kind of magic.
Yeah, according to the law behind you all, you're supposed to have some powers that are unknown to Althara, so I wouldn't imagine you'd need a wand.
Unknown?
Then again, most mages don't need a wand, it just makes spellcasting easier.
So you're like an up-and-coming member of society.
I mean, I'm no noble. I lead the Carpenters Guild, and I deal with the Baron. And the Baron deals with people that make trade deals and such.
Still an up-and-coming member. You're a well-respected woman in society.
I'm a well-respected woman in Oakcart, but sure.
It's a society.
Society.
It counts, yeah. Do you know what a rift is?
No.
Okay.
Can't say I've ever heard of anything like that.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Definitely.
what she just said, but I was just making sure. I've never wanted someone to pester me about joining the occult club so much. I miss it.
I mean, at least the occult club? Oh, you were pestered for that because you glow. I mean, at least then we could have learned something about our powers. Just joined. And a little bit maybe.
invitation only, and it's super, super exclusive, and
It sounds like your words crack the riot.
Yeah.
And it's Mary Kate who runs it.
The ones that are sitting here, minus him, I point to Ezekiel.
Hi.
We all went to the same university.
Or we're living near the university.
Or
What's the school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they teach like a whole bunch of different jobs. Like I was going to be a nurse.
And I was going to be a teacher.
And I was going to be a psychologist, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And
I was well on my way. I had 2 more semesters.
She'll shoot Emma a look at that.
It sounds like you had some interest in future plans.
Yeah, but now that's crushed, because we're stuck here.
And apparently there's no
Nothing
way
you
of
can do
getting
about
back.
fate.
No, not really.
Stupid
What happens
fate.
if we get back? What happens if we get back? Do we just restart school?
Like,
What?
hey, we were lost in the wilderness for however long. Please
Years,
let us
probably.
finish our degrees.
Well,
Yeah.
some of the professors were on the bus with us.
Oh, you're right. Ooh, that could cause problems for the normal students.
I
Aren't
wonder
you
if
professors?
other classes the same.
Glad we're concerned about the fact that may disrupt their classes. Because poor them, their classes are getting disrupted.
That's probably the most important thing they're worrying about right now. They're like, oh no, my
teacher's gone. I mean, it must have caused some sort of chaos to just have a bunch of students and teachers disappear.
Well, if we're being honest,
Tragic bus crash kills 26.
yeah.
Good point.
When we get back, they'll probably just have new hires.
Bodies not found. That's what I'm imagining. Splashed across the front page of the school newspaper.
Yeah, but the bus is here, so where would they know that the bus crashes?
The bus never arrived at any destination. Went missing.
Disappeared.
Bodies not found.
it'd be probably
Declared dead.
Yeah, it'd be like they would just kind of assume since we're not anywhere. That's like
That we're
the
dead?
bus will note, like, all right, we're in a different dimension. We'll be back in I don't know.
In a few years. Oh.
And like
If we're going
something
back.
had to have happened for us
If
to end
we're
up here.
back.
So maybe there is someone who knows where we are over there. But we don't know. Because we're here.
Hmm.
Yay.
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 Well, don't sound so excited.
Like
No.
sadly, the oldest kind of
Sorry
like
against our will.
Yeah, it's like if you were just literally, hey, I'm gonna take a brief trip to blah 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 to get some new and fancy wood, and then suddenly you're on Earth where there's plastic and the forests are being chopped down.
And cars.
Cars.
And nobody
I
needs.
mean, it certainly sounds disorienting.
Skyscrapers. Ooh,
Right.
you as a
You
carpenter
have to
would
choose the
probably-
next president of the United States.
No,
on top of it all.
Hey, can you please pick the leader of the entire planet? Please, thank you. All right, have fun.
That's cotton.
Or
Kingdom.
nominate these people who might potentially have to fight to the death for the right to rule.
But we won't
Yeah,
tell
Fight to the
exactly.
death?
We
Where
don't
did you guys
know.
get that impression? Have you guys not actually heard the real prophecy?
No,
No.
we haven't.
We have
No
not.
one's told us anything.
It's very frustrating.
You are supposed to
I mean, we
decide
were like-
I mean, I haven't heard it verbatim either. It is text kept by the Empire.
We were like vaguely informed
And
of
I
like,
mean-
what our job is.
Not very many people had the wherewithal to write it down after it was spoken, so there aren't that very many copies of it.
Who spoke it?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Hmm.
Wasn't alive when the prophecy was spoken. It's not exactly common knowledge.
How long ago was it spoken?
Couple hundred years ago.
Okay.
Nice. Fantastic.
Can I ask an otter question?
Otter.
If I can answer it.
How long does the average human live in this world?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd say most people in Oakheart live to be about 60.
Okay.
It would be at least 5.
And the
The most dangerous time of life is infancy.
The king has been ruling for how long now?
The Emperor? Well, it's been... Let me check. 500 years almost?
Wow.
Remember, he's the shady one, where his siblings
Yep.
mysteriously
Mysteriously
died.
disappeared.
Oh, do you guys buy into that crap? That conspiracy theory?
We came up with that conspiracy
Yeah, we
theory without
literally-
hearing others.
Looking
read
at the
about it.
textbooks, that's
Yeah.
It's
what
a popular
seems-
conspiracy theory, and it's baloney.
How do you
How do
know?
you know?
Have you ever read anything of what the Emperor has ever done with his life?
Yes, and that doesn't prove his
Did you?
innocence.
And it doesn't prove guilt either. He was 5 when his older sister committed suicide.
Yeah, there were some that we were like, okay, and then there were some that we were like,
Like a rock slide.
And he's lived for 500
That rock
years.
slide was actually recorded and reported on because it killed 20 people.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so it wasn't like they were the only one.
Oh, okay, that
But-
makes sense.
Okay, well,
It's a conspiracy theory, and it is mighty known here.
But we're
that
new
rock-
here,
So we have it on good authority that is false.
I
So
mean,
we can withdraw all of our
Not
what is
all
the
of
word I'm
it.
looking for?
I'm
Suspicion?
not going to
for-
claim that the Emperor is a perfect man, but I don't think he's a vicious
Suspicion?
murderer of his own family.
Yeah, we did
I
hear
think
that
the rock slide one is still sus because if you're trying to gain succession in an entire empire, you don't care about 20-some people. If there's like succession on the matter, that's still sus. The susometer has only slightly gone down.
Yeah, but it went down a little bit because we have it on good authority that's a
Semi
just a
good
conspiracy
authority.
theory.
But we also have to
What?
keep in mind that as kingmakers, it's our job to view everything with skepticism of some sort.
Yes.
But is it though?
If we actually wish for
I
these
really have
people to have a good ruler, though, I guess we don't have to.
Well, you're headed up to the capital, right? To Ashbourne?
Yeah.
You'll probably meet with him then. He could probably assuage your suspicions better than anyone else.
Or he's a
True.
gambler, I did it, so...
Either way,
I'm
we'll
on board
find
with
out
that.
when we meet him.
Yeah.
If he lies or not.
I suppose you will. Well, anyway, this has been a lovely meal, but I should be head back home.
I hope you have a fantastic evening.
And I wish you safe travels on your journey to the Empire.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good luck.
It was nice meeting you.
And as she leaves, Aron enters and, if you've finished up with your meal, we should probably get ready to go on, hit the road for tonight as well.
Oh, yes.
So I have a question for you
Want to
guys.
check out-
We'll be on the road for a couple days this time.
Okay.
Next town is a little farther away.
Do we want to check out the Baron,
The Baron.
who runs
Should
the
we?
political affairs of the Carpenter?
Should we?
The Baron of this town? Baron Swain Beaumont.
I like the carpenter chick.
Yeah.
I like her a lot too. She's cool.
I think we're good to move on.
Keep
So,
her in mind.
well, I've got the cart ready out front.
Wow, you are on it.
Ooh, actually, first, I talked to one of the sisters, the Holy Sister. Wait, no, this is never mind. I don't because this is sisterhood history. It's not that accurate.
I would like to ask one of the Holy Sisters about the prophecy, if they have it written down anywhere, and if we could, read it or be told the actual prophecy.
Well, Sister Sian will answer. We'll field your questions. The copy of the prophecy, I do not have it memorized, but revered songstresses might.
What
No.
did you call them?
Revered songstresses. They are the highest in the order of the court.
Do you know where we?
I'm a sister. Holy sisters, like Sister Levithia, are above me. Revered songstresses are above her. And the Holy Mother is above them. Holy Mother Black Divine the Third, currently.
So we'll
You'll
probably
probably
find
meet
one
her
of
when you
those-
head to the capital as well.
Okay.
She lives in the Ebony Tower.
Ooh, good to know.
And you guys hit the road.
So I have a question for you guys. Are you guys planning to totally jack up your guys' sleep schedules so you're sleeping during the day and awake at night?
No.
No.
I think it might
Why?
be somewhat wise because if everyone is moving about during the night and we sleep through it, there could be a lot we miss.
Yeah, the most of you slept during the day today. So you should
Yeah.
be okay tonight, but that still is going to be a transition for you guys.
Yeah.
Quite a transition considering it's 12 hours.
But I think we should decide who all would like to do that. Or if we should just all go back to being awake during the day.
Do I think my owl's gonna intersect with the other people at night or during the day? Because I want to be awake for that.
You have no way to tell, because you don't know where they are currently. You know the last location that Achaidh told you?
Oh yeah, is Kate still with us?
Yep.
Hey Kate, do you mind giving me an updated location on the others?
What she'll give me in return?
I have an idea.
A history story
Hey.
from my world.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
I
Well-
tell him the mythology of Athena, and like just some of the other stories from Greek mythology. What? Okay.
While actually,
No, fine.
what
Actually,
do
no,
you say about Greek mythology?
Okay, actually, I want to tell him about Hercules' tale.
The real one,
What do you mean the real one?
where Hera screws him over
Yes.
and drives him
The
insane?
Yeah, the real one.
Just looking Jane directly in the
Looking
eye.
at Jane.
Jane is unblinking. You don't even know that Hera's rift, ironically.
So you guys just aggressively staring at each other? Is this what's happening now?
Aggressive staring. As she's telling the story, I like move behind him so I can look directly in her eyes as she says.
Looking in her eye, and she's telling the story.
There was some weird tension going on during that story, but I appreciated it.
Wait, what was the story in
For your
question?
cost. Oh, they're moving pretty quickly
Story
now.
of Hercules.
And he starts dragging his finger across the map.
Good to know.
They're heading back toward Mirefell. They made quite a ways away.
And now they're heading back?
Mhm.
Good to know. I'll keep my owl going towards Mirefell then. Why would they go back? Why would they be going back?
Back to Mirefell?
Yeah.
They might have been doing a day trip, being like, hey, I need to earn
Oh.
some money or something like that. Like we did with we just yeeted a bunch of I yeeted bait for the squirrels back into the forest.
Yeah, but we were still in the
Those
city. Alright, but I just wanted to make sure that my owl was still going the right direction.
It is. I personally think that it'd be smart if you guys stuck to the sleeping at night, awake during the day thing, so that we can keep watch while his title is literally Shadow Knight. I'm pretty sure he can handle traveling alone at night, and I'm always awake. So we should be awake during the day.
Good idea.
Okay. Then we'll stay up a bit and then try to get to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
But as you guys are falling, trying to
Back
sleep,
to sleep.
it's a struggle because you've slept all day. Except for Adalaie. She's doing
And
great.
Ezekiel.
And Ezekiel. Adalaie and Ezekiel, they're living the life. They're the dream team right now. Matthias would be probably the first person to see it in the party. There's some lantern light up ahead, and eventually you can see figures of looks like another caravan.
Jane is going to have gone to like sit on the top of the carriage because she wanted to look at the stars while she was waiting.
This is a cart, not a carriage. You are making so much.
Okay.
There's no roof. If it starts raining, you're all screwed.
Is there anywhere to like sit? Oh, so there's no roof. I can just look up. I'll just start it then.
I'm gonna lean forward to Ren and be like, is that a concern of ours?
He squints forward. Looks like a pilgrimage, probably. It's that time of year again.
Pilgrimage for what?
To the forest?
Probably led by revered songstress to head to the forest. And then to Astracane. Sister Levithia, Holy Sister Levithia went ahead to Astracane.
You said revered songstress?
Yes, it would probably be led by one. Most pilgrimages in official are led by one.
So you think there's one like in their group?
In there.
She probably.
Can we stop for like 5 minutes?
To talk with them?
I don't see why not.
Awesome. And then I will wait for us to pull up and I will kick everyone awake. Except for Ezekiel.
You do so.
And then I will hop down and approach them. Hands up, like.
I'll follow Mattie, but I will assume they don't know what the hands up sign.
A woman in black and purple garments. It's not robes, because she's wearing pants and a long flowing shirt. It has a golden circlet with a amethyst inset in it. Is driving the cart lazily with one hand, leading caravan following her cart, and she'll look down. Hello, strangers.
Would you happen to be a revered songstress?
Are you looking for blessings on this morrow?
Not
Not exactly. Kingmakers.
And we need someone to tell us the prophecy, because no one's done
The
that.
actual prophecy.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're doing.
She will slowly bring her caravan to a halt. And we'll move to a stop. My name is revered songstress Janora. I may assist you for as long as the sun is hidden from the sky.
Shouldn't take long, we just need to hear the prophecy and then we can keep going.
It's good to meet you.
Yeah,
Nice
it
to
is.
meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well, Kingmakers. I met a few of you earlier today.
Really? Where?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Farther on the trail, they were hunting bandits.
Ooh.
How far?
How far?
Quite far. We used a teleportation ring to get to our distance.
Were they near Marisol?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
Good to know.
Good to know.
At least we know it's going in the right direction. So could you just like hit us with the shotgun version of the prophecy?
I think it's good to hear the whole thing.
Or the whole thing.
I may speak the prophecy for you. If you will give me your ear for a moment.
Hold on.
You gonna write the whole thing down? Okay.
Two note takers. Let's go.
I'll take short notes. You write the whole thing.
3, 2, 1. For on the darkest, coldest day, all our fears will be taken away. Kingmakers arrive with powers untold to choose an Altharan who's brave and who's bold. And on the brightest holy night, their champions of strength and might will compete in trials unspoken, the cycle of war and death soon to be broken. For on the backs of all our fears, one will be risen to wipe away the endless tears. A leader crowned from the best of them all will make Althara anew, whether to rise or fall.
Yeah, I got short notes as well.
Same.
I will send a picture of it to you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'll do that right now if you guys want to discuss what you've learned about the prophecy.
So
Yeah, that doesn't help much with
There-
the idea of how
we know
they're-
that there are pre-laid out trials,
Yep.
and one will raise the best of them. And if they're not good enough, apparently all of Althara will fall.
Oh boy.
I have so much faith in us.
Oh boy. Well, hey, it said trials unspoken. I wonder if it's like
They're probably just
Maybe
not
magic
revealed
tri-
yet, right?
what?
Hey,
not
Aron.
spoken. Hey, Aron.
Ye-
You good at the literature analysis thing. I'm not.
What am
do
I?
you think? What do you think it means?
It's
The
a prophecy. I'm sure plenty have speculated over this in the last however long it's existed.
What exactly? What is the line in question?
The line in
In
question
the
is
darkest
trials
coldest-
unspoken.
Hmm.
I think it just means that trials haven't been revealed yet. I think it's very literal. Like,
right, but
there.
then like
I'll be right
unspoken at
back,
all,
guys.
it wouldn't be like spoken to anybody.
Yet to be revealed.
Yeah,
Coming
yeah.
soon.
Spoken to anybody. I think it just hasn't been spoken to anybody.
I can't really think of anything that would assist. It just sounds like they don't know. They might not know what the trials are. They might just kind of just happen. Like fate just kind of pumps it at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. We pick a person and then fate is like, click.
Yeah.
And then whoever rises to the top, if they're good enough, then Althara will rise and this cycle of war will be broken. And if they're not, then Althara will fall into death and despair. Is that,
So it
that
has
what
to
it
be an
is?
Altharan that we choose?
Yeah, it says an Altharan. Choose an Altharan.
Oh boy.
Like in the words. That's what
Yeah.
they said. Well,
Strong in might.
thank you
Right.
very, very much, revered songstress. And I will pull a $1 bill out of my wallet and be like,
She will take it quizzically. It is a pleasure to help the Kingmakers on their quest. If you ever head to Astrocay and seek the pilgrimage out, we will be there. I must be leading more, so I wish you safe travels, and may the Holy Mother guide your path.
thank you very much.
Thank you. I shall keep going now. Nice,
She
that's useful.
picks up the cart again. And Aron waits for everyone to get back on and starts his journey as well.
Well, that's one thing down.
And then does everyone else attempt to go back to sleep?
Yeah, I go back to sleep.
Aaron would
before-
just kind of sit there and just kind of look at the sky because he's just not really tired at this given point. He's just like, trying to make himself tired, but he just sits there and just looks at the stars and like pretends to sleep if somebody like looks in his general direction.
Mattie will kick
Mhm.
Mara's shoe. And then before she falls asleep, he will gesture, like, give me the book.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
And then Mattie will do his best to take notes.
Oh. On Nighthawks and stuff. Oh, actually, I give a description of, like, a close-up description of the Nighthawks and what happened before.
Apparently, they're like the size of a horse. But they're nocturnal, so it's okay.
Not for my owl, it isn't.
Oh, your owl is also nocturnal.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine being an
unfortunate.
owl in this universe where instead you're like the top predator, you're like a little like M&M for these giant hawk creatures.
You're literally probably just a pigeon.
I give a description of what a night owl looks like from close up from what I've seen. And how fast they dive and stuff.
Maddie's like, yeah, that's super cool. And then everyone goes to sleep, and Maddie's like, I'll write this down for Mara.
You do so. And everyone falls to sort of fitful sleep tonight. The three people that need sleep that are currently here, Mara, Aron, and Emma, describe to me the nightmare that you have tonight.
Um,
I'm gonna casually throw that at you.
Oh, can that like relate to like how far can this go?
Anything you want. It can be abstract. It could be just something that would make your character wake up in a cold sweat.
Oh my god, this is gonna. Alright. It's gonna be interesting.
So let's start with Emma.
I know what mine's gonna be about. Oh boy.
I know you know what yours is going to be about. That's why I started with you. Let's go.
Okay, my nightmare starts off in a very familiar house to me. Back in my house in Germany. It's my father oh so lovingly giving me a gift, perhaps doing other nice stuff, and then it flashes for a second to the house covered in blood and alcohol and glass shards, and it goes back to normal again, and then it just flashes again, and eventually it just flashes to just the house empty with me in it. Blood on a pool in the ground with mixed with alcohol and just broken bottles, and the door creaks open, and that's when I wake up.
Okay. Aron, describe your nightmare.
Alright, so let me set the stage. It's basically just a dark abyss with a small jeep driving through it. There's just roughly 3 people in it, and the other 3 people's face, 4 people. Aron, nobody else's face is really made out in detail. And this would be pretty short-lived, could be pretty traumatized by it. But then with a giant blinding light, a very loud just explosion sound, and that's immediately when we wake up.
Ooh.
Okay. Mara, describe to me your nightmare.
I come home from school and I open the mail and it's a rejection letter from one of my favorite medical schools, and then I turn around and Shadow is dead.
So sad.
See, 2 out of 3 of you gave me, like, horrendous, like, traumatic past, and Mara gave me a real nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, Mara.
You're welcome.
Ezekiel have a nightmare?
He wakes up in a cold sweat, and so does Adalaie. You see all of them shoot up at the exact same time.
Well, I first grab Ezekiel and, like, comfort
He's
him.
crying, straight into you.
Yeah, that's fine. I comfort him, and then who would be sitting closest to me?
They're all equidistant. It's a cart.
Who's, like, next to me?
Who's next? Who's sitting next to Mattie? Who's good with glow-in-the-dark things when they're trying to sleep?
Me.
I'm gonna turn to Mara and be like, "Are you a hug person?"
No, not really.
No. I'm gonna turn to Emma. Emma, are you a hug person?
Yes.
I'm gonna like switch Ezekiel over and then like scoop Emma into a hug as well.
You can't see, but they're doing very adorable miming hug motions to each other.
Yeah. And I'll make the rounds like that after Emma, because Emma probably calms down before Ezekiel does.
Yeah.
And then I will turn to Aron and be like, "Are you a hug person?"
Aron's completely like zoned out for just a second. He just kind of sits there, just staring into the like just empty.
Did something like big just happen?
Everyone had a nightmare at the exact same moment.
And woke up at
You
the
did
exact
too,
same
Jade,
moment.
actually. So why don't you share me your nightmare?
Is it about anything in particular, or do I get to
Whatever
pick?
would make you wake up in a cold sweat.
Okay. Did everyone like describe theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch it back later.
It's drizzly raining down and everywhere is dark. All of the colors of the surrounding area are like a noir. Jane is walking alone in the rain in an unrecognizable area. She is very young, like a teenager, maybe younger, 13, 14. And someone taps her on the shoulder and she wakes up.
Okay.
Yeah, Matthias is doing his best to be like to just, he's like in dad mode. He's like, you're sad, hug. You're sad, hug.
Yeah. And that happens.
And as soon as Ezekiel calms down, he gives Ezekiel the job, like, the others are also bummed out. So we should
Ezekiel
help them.
cries himself back to sleep on you.
Oh, no.
Did we all just wake up at the same time?
No.
You're still kind of in a weird, like, zoned out, it's like, oh god, oh heck kind of state.
I stay up for a bit, just staring out into the sky, petting Shadow, breathing. Maybe I even walk around for a bit.
Jen
Cart.
answers Emma, and she's like, "Yeah, I think we all just did."
Time. Mattie, you were awake at the time. Did we all just, like, generally same time?
All of you shot up at the same time.
The exact
That's
same
not-
second, even, Kate pops in. It was actually kind of, like,
Creepy.
well performed. Very, like, creepy.
Yeah.
That's not, yeah. That's odd.
It is
Could there be a
odd.
reason for
What?
that?
No, I would have never
there be-
put that together.
Mattie, don't be coy.
Maybe there's a reason for it. Something lurking nearby.
I don't
Maybe
think
there's
that's
like
ever
a
happened
creature
yet.
or monster or something that like causes nightmares.
Or maybe everyone's just on edge.
At the exact same time, though.
And we're feeding off of each other's energy. And you guys should just try and conk back out.
Are you seriously trying to make a rational explanation for what just happened in front of us?
I mean, it might
Yeah.
just.
I mean,
be our
Aron has the
risk.
excuse that he has to keep his eyes on the trail, but I saw that. That was creepy.
I think there's probably some sort of monster nearby or something that feeds on. You don't know what kind of monsters there are here. This is a completely different world.
It could be our rifts or magic acting
Everyone quiet.
in our world.
Aron snaps back to you guys. And he pulls the cart to a slow stop. There is a body in the center of the trail.
I put Ezekiel
It is
down.
a knight
Cover him up.
in uniform blue
Shadow.
and steel silver.
Can I talk to his dead spirit? Can I?
You absolutely can!
Heck yeah!
Woo!
But we're gonna do that in a group investigation check. Look at you guys doing your group investigation. So, as you...
Shadows. They're
so-
shadows.
Aron slowly gets off of the cart and draws the sword that he has at his side and looks around and raises, makes a mote of light himself to look at the night clearer.
Hey, Aron, I need a javelin.
And kind of zone back into reality and kind of hands still kind of
A
shaking.
body has been discovered.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Danganronpa.
No, wait, what's this?
We've been talking about shot put balls for like an hour. My Danganronpa trauma has been relived.
Oh,
Oh no.
I don't get it, but
You won't.
A
But you
body
will.
has been
You
discovered.
will soon. Anyway, that's a plug for the eventual Danganronpa Let's Play we're gonna do, listeners.
Oh, I see.
Shh, no spoilers. Anyway, you guys get off of the cart to get a closer look at the body, and it is immediately clear how this person died.
I'm gonna make
Shadow.
sure that Ezekiel is like.
You don't
completely
need
covered.
an investigation check for that. You don't think Aron would recognize or Achaidh would recognize, but there is a small hole in the guy's forehead, half
Oh.
thumb's length in diameter. This is a bullet wound.
He was shot, guys.
Bullet wound. No one
Shot.
here has.
Dead center forehead.
Well, that's not creepy. Oh.
Must have been someone on our bus.
Aaron turned around. I did not need to see this right now. I'm going back to bed
Oh.
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 right now.
And Jane, like,
But you can, anyone who wants me to roll an investigation check can. I will start with Mara's investigation check since she's the only one that can actually, talk to the dead.
Hee-hee. Yeah, I rolled an 11.
Okay, and what are you adding to that?
More power equals more question.
Sticks with it. Necromancer.
1.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
Since it's investigation, you might want to ask for more questions, and you can
The
probably learn
more
the
more
most.
tags you add, the more questions you get.
And you
Okay.
can-
I'm gonna do intimidation from Helm of Darkness. And I think that's it. There's no other ones that fit.
Don't you have a talk to the dead tag?
No.
You don't?
It's their necromancer one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She has ghostly servants though.
And you
That
can
might
ask them
work.
to help.
Yeah, okay, then I'll use that one. I just didn't know if it applied or not.
So
Oh,
yeah,
also there's the Lucky
you
Day
can
one. There's the Lucky
try
Mouse
at
one.
pretty much every tag. If you can think of an explanation, I'll probably say yes. I'm a little
There's
nice.
the Lucky Mouse one. Don't forget the Lucky Mouse.
Yes, you're still in range of mouse, so you can get an extra +1.
Can you use the Kingmakers cards like Powers Long
Yes.
Forgotten?
Mhm.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Powers long forgotten, can stand up to authority, the people know us. And of course, I can summon up your weakness anytime I want. And for that listeners, that is in over our heads. It's so applicable all the time.
It's okay. We get attention as a group.
When you get 3 attention on a crew card, does everyone have to decide on something to add, or do you add something, Ashley?
We'll discuss that when it comes to it.
If it comes to it.
It will.
It probably will, yeah.
We'll discuss how we're going to do crew tags at a later time, because if I'm summoning up the weakness on that crew tag, I don't know if I'd be summoning that up for the group or just that one person. So not all of you, I don't think, would add attention at the same rate.
Good to know.
Right then.
But I'd have to double check the rules, and I don't want to flip through the book right now. So, you have 3 questions, Mara. The ghostly, silvery blue form of this dead, looks to be some sort of knight, is not far from his body.
What happened to you?
There was fight. His voice is whispery and hollow. In the chaos, a strange man in dark clothes wielded a weapon of thunder. I knew no more.
That's very vague. Why did he shoot you? Is there a specific reason?
We were in combat, conflict, aiming to capture, not kill.
Ah, okay. Oh, I don't know. 3rd question. I have so many questions, but I don't know what to ask. Tell me about yourself in depth.
My name is Jeremiah. I was a knight in the Order of Steel, a noble before that, from the Aramaeus house.
Thank you. That was my 3rd question, right? Yep.
I think Jane would have gone back to try to console Aron, or help him to calm down.
Matthias is gonna examine the body. Nursing school!
Okay, you want to roll me an investigation check too?
Yes. See how I do on this. Not bad. Not bad. That's a 7 to start. And then I got lots of first aid classes. That's an 8. Wise beyond my years. That's a 9. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, so you have 2 questions, but your investigation exposes you to danger, or the clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. What are your 2 questions?
Can I tell about how long this person has been dead?
More than a day.
A day? Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that means the songstress didn't come through here. She teleported before or after.
Yeah.
That would have definitely caused a problem.
And we definitely know that it was someone from our original group.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's
With a gun? Yeah,
Who else would
definitely.
have had a gun?
they probably don't even know what gunpowder is.
Oh, that might cause a problem. They don't have any more bullets.
Can
they
I-
use
Well,
a
if
run
it's
out of bullets.
if it's a magical gun,
I don't think it's a magical gun. I just think it's a gun.
It might just be
Oh,
a gun.
Ashley's
If
making
it's
a face,
normal
though.
gun, pretty easy way to tell because there's usually the bullet, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's,
Doesn't
Are you gonna try to look for the bullet?
No, I'm gonna... Well,
is there a hole in the back?
you know what? Yeah, I'll stick my hand in there and see if I can fish out a bullet.
First, see if there's a hole in the back of the skull as well.
Yes, I will turn the skull around. Is there a hole in the back of it?
It is. No, there's not a complete exit wound.
And then I'm gonna look at the others. Am I going in?
You are going in.
I'm gonna look at Uran. Should I go in?
I don't know what you mean.
If it was a regular gun, there
I
will
don't
be a
know what a
bullet.
gun is
Oh, that-
or a bullet, so you would have to explain.
A boom
It's like a bow and arrow, but condensed into a
Okay.
thing
super
this
fast
big.
and uses metal.
You could try looking first.
And you are looking for the metaphorical arrow in this situation?
Yes,
Yes.
and it should be in his noggin. Is it really important that it's a magical gun?
Well,
I
we're
mean-
no-
It
I
might be
don't
useful
remember
later,
any-
especially if we find out they're killing people. So
Was my
I probably be doing this because I want to be a doctor and I took many doctor-specific classes such as...
he also
And so
does
did
nursing
Matthias. Matthias is
Yeah.
in nursing school.
Imagine you both offer up the idea at the same time. Like, we could do. Wait a second.
if you have doctor tags, you
I mean,
should be able to
technically
use those too.
dissection.
I don't think you picked a routine-based tag, though.
Yeah, mine
So
only
you don't
comes
have
out-
tags you can add related to your medical.
Too
Yeah,
bad you didn't put dissection, Selena. That
you
would have been useful.
use some tags that would help aid you, your training. So,
the
in different ways.
Did I waste my question on asking if there was a bullet hole in the back of his head?
No, I'll let you.
No.
You save that one.
Does it
Figure the bullet
look
still
like
is
anyone
gone.
else was like there was a scuffle in the vicinity?
Absolutely. There's dried blood on the ground. Lots of it.
So he was not the only one injured.
Good to know.
Are there any like shell casings from when he fired
Oh.
said gun?
Shit.
Oh yeah, that's probably easier.
Well, I believe that is the end of Maddie's 2 questions. If anyone else wants me to roll my investigation check, they can.
I'm
I-
with Aron.
Try to look around the area.
Who's going to roll?
I will roll.
Okay.
Oh God, I got a 4.
Can you add as many tags?
You get it to at least a
Yeah.
7.
Memory is past. Definitely going to use that one because corpse is technically an object.
Yeah, that would be useful.
I can sense if there's any abnormalities around, like scuffling of feet, tracks, stuff like that.
It's 1 tag so far?
That's 2. Memory's past, and I can sense you. And then pass it on. I'm going to use telekinesis to share information with everybody else. Easily.
Sure, I'll give it to you. You just gonna get it to a 7 with any questions?
Yeah.
That are either expose you to danger, or fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your 3 questions?
Okay, one question. How many people does it look like there were? specifically?
Hazard a guess. More than maybe 4. More than 4, probably.
Including the night? That doesn't count as a question.
More than 4, probably. I stick with my same answer.
Damn.
Fuzzy.
And I assume Mattie already shared that this was more than a day old.
I'm going to assume you're sharing the information unless you tell me otherwise.
Does Mara share the information that she got from the ghost?
Does Mara share the information that she got from the ghost?
Yes.
Yay!
So we now know
She
you can
doesn't
put ghosts.
impede the murder investigation. Let's go, guys.
Whew. Interesting. Shoot, what other questions should I ask?
You could look around.
Which direction does it look like the steps go toward?
They're chaotic and a day is old at this point.
Yeah. Even towards the outskirts of the...
It also seems like it's rained recently in the area, so steps are muddled.
Damn. That sucks.
You have one more question, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna, sit up the corpse, see how tall they were when they were standing, probably when they were shot. Angle it. Where do I think the person was shot from? Because
You don't have to think about it. You can literally know because of your abilities.
Oh, true,
Oh,
yeah.
Is there any signs that you're
memory.
using your abilities when you're using them?
I zone out. I don't really see much else around.
Okay, so your eyes glaze over and your arms fall slack as you look around you, and there's a hazy, ghost-like image intersecting reality, playing over the events that happened once here. But it seems foggier than usual, like something is actively interfering with your power. Like certain faces are cut off, certain things are... just give you the sense of maybe that's not exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
While Emma's zoned out, I poke her.
I don't feel it.
But Emma, you see there's a cracking sound in quick succession of 2 shots.
2 shots?
Yes. Everything besides the night you're investigating is very hazy. But you get the impression that they both hit the mark, whatever they were targeting.
Out of character, this is really interesting. But in character, I know nothing about this other shot.
In character, this is really interesting.
Yeah.
As players, I have given you the information, so as players, you do technically kind of know what went on here.
We know there was
Character.
another shot.
And we know who it hit.
We know who it hit.
We know
You just
we're on our
don't
way to
know.
them.
But wait, who did the second shot hit?
You remember the guys in the... before the episodes, the start of the episodes, where it's he grazed his arm?
Yeah.
the
He was
second
the
shot.
sacrificial lamb. Hold on,
Yeah.
I
The second shot.
I know that, but
Jamie.
as characters.
Jamie,
We're on
he
our way
was
to...
As characters, you don't know this at all.
Yeah. We have no
As
idea.
characters, no. But as players, we do.
I'm allowing you to piece together a puzzle as players, giving you the piece to
Yeah.
do that.
We
shots
know
from
we're on
fire.
our way to run into Jamie.
We don't know it's Jamie, though. We know it's a
We
person.
don't know.
Yeah.
We
As players, not as our characters, we know.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, well, I just, relay the information. 2 shots being fired. And only
shots?
1 bullet hit. Yeah, 2.
2.
Only 1 bullet wound, and they both hit the mark.
I think
So maybe one of the other knights is injured, and we'll be able to look out for that.
Are there, droplets of blood going away?
Again, this place is rain. You've wasted all your questions, FYI.
I'm just looking around.
It's rain, and so the trail, if there even was one, has turned cold.
I'm gonna turn it.
Rain.
What should we do with him?
Give me a second. And he reaches into his bag and pulls out a blue stone about the size of a fingernail. And he presses it in his hand. And immediately his eyes light up. Shadowhunter Knight Uren Lighten reporting death of Order of Steel Knight found dead of unknown causes.
Bullet wound.
Huh.
Bullet
Bullet
wound.
wound.
Drops the
In the
spell.
head.
They won't know what that means. And he lifts back the spell. And he gives the location. Trail between Oakheart and Urlem.
Should we move him to the side of the trail?
Not leave him in the center of the trail.
We probably shouldn't touch the body more than we should. Order of Steel Knights will be out here within the day to investigate.
Okay.
We've already touched it.
Matthias will rip out a piece of paper and write down everything they figured out, minus the fact that they probably know who did it.
We should explain, he got stabbed through the head, kind of.
He was not stabbed. He was killed in an unknown way, but using our mysterious abilities, we were able to piece together these things.
Okay.
There were 2 shots.
It's
fired.
odd, though. Order of Steel Knights, they travel in groups. It's weird that they leave his body.
Groups, you say?
How weird.
Yes, in
is that?
platoons, led by a
Very
mage
good.
commander.
On a scale from 1 to
highly
10,
unusual?
how weird would that be?
Pretty weird.
Is it
Order of
possible that
Steel
one
Knights are
the other-
renowned for being pretty tight-knit and loyal to their group members. I can't see them just coldly leaving a member behind, unless they were really in a rush.
Convinced to.
Or that
Unless they were
too.
convinced to.
Perhaps
Unless they were far
coerced.
off and weren't able to.
Or something worse befell them.
So we'll find out, hopefully, more
When we get to the
information later.
city?
Yeah. Order of Steel is stationed in Ashbourne, right?
Yes, they are the general knights of
So if we want more
Evra. So
information on
they
this-
travel and patrol much like Shadowhunter Knights do, though for less specific purpose. Though the knights you'll meet in Ashbourne are from the Order of Cobalt. They're the King's Guard. Emperor's Guard.
Can you tell what order these knights hail from?
Steel.
Well, Order of Steel, uniform.
What is their job description, I guess? What could have made
What
them
do they
Colorless?
do?
They are commanders when in war. When not in war, they are patrollers and lawkeepers. Keep the peace, fight off bandits, monsters.
Is there any reason someone would want to hurt a Kingmaker?
I can't think of one specifically.
That
I
means
could
there's
think
more than
that-
one.
Or in particular, these knights?
I mean, it wouldn't be too heinous to assume that perhaps they thought they would be rewarded for bringing back Kingmakers to the capital,
Oh.
but
If
it
that
would
means-
be incorrect. It would be an incorrect assumption in the first place. They'd probably get in more trouble for it. The Emperor is, if nothing else, a highly skilled diplomat. I think he, of all people, would have realized attacking people blindly would not get their aid.
Okay, so
Good to know.
plan
Yeah,
stands.
that'll be
Head
fun.
to the capital.
Yep.
Yep. You might meet one of them there. The one. Wait, no. The one with the.
We know we're
Guns,
meeting.
perhaps?
We're meeting one person here. One person who apparently split off from the group, and hopefully the group that you sent the message to. So
Oh,
head
yeah.
to the capital. Still the best bet.
Yes. Oh, by the
Speaking
way,
of
how
that-
close is my owl?
Well, you're getting back on the cart. You've sort of maneuvered around the body, and Aron has left an orb of light near it to light it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's visible on the road. Driven the cart around sort of majority of the crime scene and gone on. You take some time to look into where your owl is.
Mm-hmm.
Then you are immediately hit with a barrage of images. The owl is sat on a huge creature's back. Huge. And the form, the pink-haired form, easily recognizable of Autumn Sutton, has untied the message and is currently reading it out loud to the group. You can see through your owl's eyes the form of Mary Kate, who's leaning forward, Ryan O'Neill, Layla Sharp, and this huge creature that you look around and sort of read into some of your owl's memories.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently flying high above the clouds.
Giant flying. They're heading to the capital.
Oh no.
Oh, that's why they were moving so fast.
The Nighthawks. Oh no.
God,
It might be.
No, it said huge.
them.
And all of them were sitting on it, so no.
And
Yeah,
now-
they're riding it. And they're tied.
They're all
They have
riding
ropes that are securing them to it.
Is it like a griffin?
No, it's really, really huge. Like, there's room for them to walk up and down its back, and its back is covered in this purplish grayish fur.
Huh.
Huh. What?
So it's not like a dragon or anything.
No.
Or maybe like a luck dragon. You don't know.
It doesn't appear
Yeah.
like a normal dragon in any case.
Or maybe it's a what was it called? What is he called? Air bison?
Appa.
Air
Bison.
Yeah, Appa from Avatar.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
If Appa was a little bigger.
Oh. Aw.
As in there was
Copied
enough
off
room
Appa.
for them to stand up and, like, walk 10 feet across the back. Without reaching the long neck and the head that you can see poking out in a curved bird-like beak.
Oh, I
Oh.
have
Cool.
the note now. That's good.
I'm also thinking of like Felodials, but that doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna make my
Did
they're
you
reading the note
sign
out
the
loud,
note?
right?
Like, how did you sign
Yeah,
the
did.
note?
I
Put all our
signed
names.
my name and then I put the rest of their names.
Okay. Can you
I
hear
moved the
through
owl.
your owl as well as see?
Yeah, it's a familiar-ish
Yeah.
creature.
Can you make it known that you can hear what they're saying?
I mean, I
I'm gonna
can
choose
ask my
not to.
owl to move certain ways.
Okay.
I,
Well,
no, I'm
Autumn,
gonna,
you can hear Autumn turn.
I'm gonna first listen in for a second and
At
then
first,
make
it's
it known that I can
it's
listen.
just them reading the letter, and then Autumn turns to Mary Kate. Good news, I guess, right? I guess. Do we want to head to the capital to meet up with them? I mean, we probably should. It's not like we had a next plan of action after dropping off our precious cargo. Okay,
I
Shugs,
hop the
I
owl
suppose.
up in front.
What do you think, Jasper? And just a huge bellowing sound comes from the creature. I'm gonna assume that's a yes, because I don't speak demonic screeching owl thing, bird thing.
I make it known that my owl can hear, like hopping over, like looking, pecking. I guess pecking is the word at the note. Then looking at all of them.
Raises wing to ear and like
Often sign language to the bird.
Oh God, that doesn't work so well.
You make shadow puppets with your wings.
Wait, everyone, hold up. Mary Kate looks at the bird. I think that bird knows what we're saying right now.
A nod.
Well,
As
duh,
well as
wasn't
an
that
owl
clear
can.
to anyone else? It was
Owl
like a
can.
super magic bird, right? Autumn looks like, oh yeah, of course it does. Why wouldn't it? It's a magic bird.
It just delivered a message.
Must be one of their powers. And they,
So
Mary Kate has like a traveling bag. They're all in this. They've changed into medieval style clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Digs around in like a knapsack that she has and pulls out a map. Where are you right now?
I point, and then like as the paths were moving.
Would it be faster to meet them at their next stop?
Not.
Okay, then we'll meet you in Altrim.
And my owl goes off to Altron to meet me there as well.
Autumn
There's
waves
no
you
way I'm
guys off.
despawning that.
Oh, this is great. You're gonna come to Ryan's group first.
Oh no!
Weakness tag. Weakness tag.
You can do double weaknesses every single time I use that card now.
Yes, I can. For listenership, one of Matthias's card weaknesses is just Ryan. So, that's lovely.
Yeah.
But you get on the cart and you ride on.
I wake up. They're meeting us at our next stop.
That's great news.
Also, they have a giant flying demonic owl thing, I think is how Mary Kate described it. It's like really big.
I thought owls were your thing.
Demonic, I don't know.
I mean,
purple.
you heard you heard Mary Kate refer to it as Jasper.
It's Jasper.
The
Jasper
librarian?
Oh, shapeshifter. Makes sense. That's why his tattoos always change.
Huh.
Hold on, I'm checking to make sure that.
I mean, he changes more than just his
Yeah.
tattoo. Just to see how many people can guess, he'll change eye color, he'll change height, he'll change, he'll seem like oh yeah, I got a haircut yesterday, and then he'll come in with long hair and a ponytail the next day.
He did not like me very much. He was always afraid that I would light his books on fire.
I mean,
But was that an irrational fear?
was it really irrational?
Kind of.
How so?
Your hair is fire.
I would normally I have to make it's not fire, it's just hot.
It looks like fire.
I'm gonna take off the
Some
beanie.
smoke rises up from the beanie.
I put my hands up close because I'm cold.
Yeah, it feels like a warm campfire.
I do the same.
Nice.
It's just hot. You can touch it, not for very long.
I'm
It's
not going
hot.
to touch it.
And then I'm gonna put stuff against it and be like, see? It doesn't light on fire unless you leave it there for a really long time, which is why the beanie is special.
How'd you get the
I see.
beanie?
I can actually tell you how you got the beanie if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hazel made it for you. She's the rift that is your boss.
A friend got it for me.
Hmm.
Well, it looks nice, and it clearly does its job, so.
I had this really cool enchanted hair tie for a while, and then someone stole it. And I don't
They
think they
stole it?
understood the magnet. Like, if from regular people with long hair, if you steal a hair tie, whatever, I have 9 million. I don't have 9 million enchanted hair ties. I had one enchanted hair tie. The rest of them melt if I put them in my hair.
Ooh, that's not good.
Imagine running with long hair that is very hot, and you cannot put it up.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh. Imagine a hair
The
tie.
heart never bothered me anyway.
Oh, God, Emma!
I'm not like.
What can I say except you?
No, just no.
The only way that I would accidentally light a book on fire is if my nose started bleeding or something, and I happened to drip blood on the.
Your nose? Bleeding?
Blood.
Yeah, my skin isn't the stuff that glows. You guys.
No,
it's
you don't.
my blood that glows.
What is your blood made out of that makes it glow?
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's lava.
Oh,
Lava?
lava.
Yeah, and I will like find something sharp and scratch myself.
No, that's not necessary.
It's just a scratch, and watch. And as it cools, it like turns into rock, and then I just chip it off, and it looks like it was never there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, your skin is made out of some sort of dried lava as well.
It could be igneous rock.
No wonder.
Pretty sure it just happens to be lava. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the whole thing.
I don't think things just don't happen
To
so
be lava.
lava.
I'm just saying. I'm literally a rift of a titan of, like, mountains and lava and volcanoes and earthquakes and...
At this, Cade's chiming.
Hurricanes.
Oh, are you guys finally sharing powers with each other? I was wondering how you got along without knowing what each other could do.
I mean,
We
some
do
of
it
us
all
is
the
pretty
time.
obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, you're glowing and everyone else, but, I mean, you guys all freaked out when Miss Adalaie revealed that she could shapeshift. You guys barely know what each other can do. How are you going to fight together if you don't know if one of you is going to turn into a flaming man and burn the nearest person to you?
I'll
that's
do
a good
that.
point.
I actually, that is a good point. I flame, I light on fire. I light on fire, and when I get scared, my entire body looks like it's all rocky, like, because, you know, the lava thing. And then I burn people because fire burns. And then my other thing is I can scream really loud, but that means everyone is bothered by the scream.
Please don't do
Wait,
that.
is there a way to warn us ahead of time so we can, like, cover our ears, or does that not help?
My warning sign will be like, hey guys, I'm going to scream, and then I will scream.
But
Okay, so we'll cover our ears then. Does
I-
covering your ears work?
I mean,
but like
it might help a little.
Okay.
saying it aloud, if we're like in combat, the other people will know you're going to scream.
I will do
Yeah,
the
but they won't
PP
know what-
sign.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Out of character, does your character know what rift they have?
Yeah, everyone you're personally aware of what rift you have, or like what you're the rift of.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. It's good to know.
I'm guessing right now is a good time to mention I can become invisible.
You can what?
What?
That's awesome, and it's like totally the opposite of this.
This.
Isn't it still
Can you make other people invisible?
Weren't we supposed to try to get sleep there for a second?
I also
Yeah, but
have
then we all got a nightmare. And a dead body has been discovered, yeah. And now,
I don't know if sleep.
And I know martial
what do I do
arts.
right now? You know
That's
martial arts,
cool.
yeah, I think.
I can summon.
Oh, I know our martial arts too.
I don't really want to tell y'all, but yeah.
You don't have to.
Yet.
They're just kind of sitting there like a raptor.
Have we seen her like talk to the dead body?
I've seen her talk to air.
We don't
Can I-
know if it's like a mental thing, like she can telepathically do it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Selena, do you talk aloud when you talk to a dead body?
I
Or ghost.
do, but it's kind of quiet. I usually pass notes instead.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
actually really smart.
Yeah, I don't know if other people know or can see the stuff I see. I can't really differentiate it. So,
Mhm.
But what do you see? We'll tell you if we see it or not. Not comfortable? That's fine.
I was asking. Yeah.
Well, most of my power stuff is like knowledge based, and like this creation, I obviously made my stuff, the scouts. I can do distractions. Most of it, the rest of it is really like knowledge based, gathering information and stuff. It's not very visible.
Or who else wants to go next on this sharing train? I'm learning so much about you all.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I am inhumanly strong.
Good to know.
I think we all figured that out when
Yeah,
you
it's not hard to.
threw a metal pole into a tree so hard that the tree split in two. I think we figured that out.
Maybe.
Just a little bit.
Just
Just
a
a
little.
little bit.
If
Yes,
I'm
we
ever
all
by
know
myself or
that
far
is
enough away from you guys,
crazy.
the best combo move I have ever done was I threw a shot put ball and then I screamed at it,
Oh.
launched it, and it was so cool.
How far did it go?
very far.
Ooh.
I think I took out a windshield.
Oof.
Yeah, it was not a...
Oh, I have another power thing I can do if we're showing off powers and crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron shows up. He's kind of like wrapped in a blanket and kind of looks like he just had a small emotional breakdown, but he's semi-fine
The
now.
blanket is definitely glowing like he summoned it. FYI.
And
it's a
I
really
made
It's a
fluffy
fluffy
blanket, too.
blanket.
Kind of been
Yes.
tears in the eyeballs, but he looks like he just vaguely looks like he had a small emotional breakdown. But he's like, he makes another basic glowing javelin. And can you like chuck this at me as hard as you possibly can?
Really?
What?
Do it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Positive?
Yes.
Okay, I will chuck it at him as hard as I possibly can.
And it like bounces off an invisible wall, kind of halfway there.
But does it, though?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Ooh. That's
Interesting.
cool. Jane will give him one of her like snack baggies that she has in the Ziploc bags.
Matthias will...
What snacks did you pack?
Goldfish, gummies,
And
and probably like a roll of bubble gum.
Perfect. What do you hand him?
He can have his pick.
Bubblegum? Or is it gummy worms or gummy bears?
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears or goldfish?
Who is being offered the goldfish?
you.
You are.
It was a goldfish. Still wrapped in the glowing blanket. Now takes the gold.
Hands the goldfish over. They're extra flavored cheddar blasted.
Yes.
What about you, Miss Jane? You're the only one who hasn't shared yet.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I can't say my powers are as useful as everyone's in the physical sense, but
Knowledge of
my
power.
rift is Hera.
Whoa.
And you're the only one
Yeah.
who just went out and said it.
Okay, then.
Oh, is that... Hera's the person from that story you told me earlier.
Yeah!
Yeah?
She like shoots Emma on the look again.
Man, your rift's kind of a bitch.
It's really not all
Kind
that
of. Kind
I hope
of.
that's not
Kinda.
indicative of your personality.
bad.
Pretty sure Hera wasn't always a bitch.
The
Yeah,
reason
not the
she
time,
took
no.
out all of her anger on Zeus's children is
To be
because
fair, Zeus was
Yeah,
kind of...
all of her
He was-
anger out on Zeus's children.
she was forced
Yeah.
to take her anger out on not Zeus because he made her obey him.
Did
She
he?
didn't even want to marry him at first.
I
But
didn't even-
after she
That.
after he tricked her into marrying him, she planned to revolt against him to dethrone him as the king of the gods. And when he stopped her, he made it so she could never wrong him again.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
I feel that story for some reason. Can't put finger on why.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel that too. I feel that deeply.
Oh, we all are. It's glaringly obvious why you feel it.
Really strikes home. I take back what I said. I understand completely.
Why
Thank
Hera's
you.
such a bitch. Just
Thank you.
saying.
However, I can give out blessings to my favor. So in combat, I suppose that would be a help to you.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit of luck on your side. But, like, does it counteract if your rift doesn't like someone else's rift?
I mean, I don't know what rifts are, so...
Her story. So, like, if I happened to be one of the punished of Hera's choice. Or really Zeus.
Zeus. I don't know why, those names sound real familiar.
Well, I can also curse people I don't like, so maybe the opposite would happen.
Like that was directed towards someone. Like as she said that.
Really? You've heard those names before?
Have you heard the name
the
Typhon?
Sylvanas or whatever?
That sounds familiar too.
The Sylvanas or they have a pantheon. Perhaps it's from there.
Why would they have the Greek pantheon? That doesn't
I
make
don't
any
know.
sense.
This is another
There's a
world.
city known as Athens.
Names sound familiar though.
No.
That's possible.
The names sound familiar though. I don't know where I heard them before.
Maybe just like the Romans.
My mind's as old as dirt, so you'll have to give it a moment. It's processing. It's going to be processing for a while. Let's move on. Maybe it'll come to me later.
I'm not going to. Okay.
Maybe just like the
I mean, I'll
Romans.
probably shout it out like an epiphany if I realize where I've heard their names before, but I don't know where I've
Okay.
heard them before, so...
I mean, if we're sharing rifts, like, my rift isn't known all that well in, like, modern Greek mythology,
It really isn't now.
but all of its children are. Like, he's like the father of monsters. So, like, Cerberus, the three-headed dog, like, that's like his kid, and the Sphinx, and the one where it's like they're the two sea monsters stuck on the sides of the wall.
Oh yeah, those two.
What did you say about three-headed dogs?
So technically, my rift is the father of Cerberus.
Ah, convenient. Haha.
How so?
Convenient for what?
I'm not gonna respond.
Are you looking for Severus?
Yeah, and just go silent.
Yeah, you can't just say something like that and then not explain what's
Are
up.
you like
I
looking?
actually can.
She's going
Fine.
to.
And then Mattie will close the sketchbook in a very passive-aggressive way, put it down beside him.
That was smart. My character is just gonna roll my eyes and cross their arms.
Oh hey, can I borrow that sketchbook? Do you mind if I draw the demonic creature thing that the librarian turned into?
Hand it to her.
I start drawing best I can what I saw of it.
Mind if I draw demons in your notebook? Yeah, go right ahead. All right.
Okay, and you guys have this nice sharing session where you reveal each other's powers to each other, finally. 5 episodes in. You know what each other can kind of do, sometimes, maybe. You were kind of... The only one who really told you exactly what you could do are Aron and Mattie.
I mean,
Mattie can't hide his powers. He's not the Epiphanius.
yeah.
He's also not that smart, so he's totally up for sharing. Go.
But what you guys share, you have shared as the cart pulls forward and
Oh, it's
You
night.
can-
We should have.
yeah, it's been a while. We've had this conversation probably about another hour. And in the
We're stopping for
distance,
this.
you can see tents,
Huh.
dim lights of torch, carts parked around them.
I'm gonna lean forward to him. Is this like another pilgrimage thing?
No, looks like a performer's tent. I thought they'd be set up in the middle of nowhere, though.
So we're just gonna try and squeeze on by without attracting any attention?
And as you say that, "Lo, travelers!" And not
That's
a
under the
human
cart.
person, but a tiny cat with wings wearing the familiar red string of a familiar with looks like the performer's masks with the happy face and the sad face on the collar. A white cat with feathery angelic wings is floating above you.
No, thank you. We're not interested. Thank you. We have to get
Oh,
moving.
hey, wait! We need help!
For
Hello,
what?
traveler,
Oh.
Shadow Hunt tonight. We request your aid.
Okay.
We're not interested.
Guys, there's no need to be mean. We can help them. Right.
Cat!
The others are meeting us.
Lying
We don't
cat!
care about the lot of you. You are what I need, Shadow Hunter Knight. I request your aid. Shadowlings have been spotted in the area, and they've been making quite a trouble for us. And you might be I am the familiar prisme of Master is Eniko Riva, a performer from the Mages Guild and Andrathis, from Cirque de Lumière. So, follow me, will you? We need grievous help. 2 of our members have fallen into illness.
Mattie,
kind
you
of
can help with
illness?
that.
Yeah. I can do my best. I'm not.
Like the
We
symptoms.
think we were attacked by some sort of shattering beast. Might you come to our rescue, Shadowhunter Knight?
Maddie will
He
hop
like
on.
the hat.
If the rest of you... Oh, they can stay in the tent and sleep for the night if they want.
I can see about the sick.
Okay, be careful, it's contagious. Contagious?
Mask.
Except it shouldn't be if you were attacked by shadowlings. Well, it is, apparently. One of our dancers fell sick, and then one of our singers fell ill after. That was a day after the attack.
Okay, so we park the cart at the edge and leave Adelaide and Ezekiel because they are the most susceptible to disease.
Susceptible, yes.
Adalaie looks
Anybody
at you
have
like you're
freaking-
idiots, but stays only to watch Ezekiel.
Do any of you have pre-existing conditions? No? Cool. Okay, then we can go in. Masks? We should have masks, probably.
You have like a summoning ability, right?
Yeah, I
Masks,
created some masks for people.
masks
and
and
gloves.
gloves.
Can I just make like a glowing hazmat suit? Because
A glowing hazmat suit.
Yes.
Well, we will pull away as you do that. So we leave our intrepid adventurers and shift perspective once more to the form of Nina Galloway, huddled in a cloak as her group of Kai, Alyssa, Gabrielle, and Lucille walk thousands of feet above the ground toward their destination. She was leading the way, map clutched in her hands. She could hear Alyssa conversing loudly with the others from behind her, Kai every so often interjecting to reel her in. Gabriel was nervous and fidgety, voice barely above a whisper compared to Alyssa's manic energy. Lucille was gruff in her participation and easy to anger, but was clearly feeding off of Alyssa's contagious good mood as much as anyone else was. Conversation was light now, but Nina wasn't blind. This group had a lot of fucking issues. Alyssa, for all her exuberant cheer, was running on fumes. Not to mention, clearly fighting a losing battle to stay grounded in the here and now every second she stood. Nina wasn't stupid. She had seen the way Alyssa's powers pulled her mind so far away from everything, turning her into an unresponsive vegetable every so often. And sometimes she said just enough to raise red flags here and there. Kai was no different. Not really, anyway. First glances spoke of a well-put-together, doting older brother. A catch and a half for the juniors, apparently. She'd heard all about that little love triangle going on between Jane, Emma, and him. After all, but there's a lot more going on there. The glassy look in his eyes and the plastered fakeness of his smile, for one. The way he dodged certain questions and his tentative placidity was more concerning than anything else. More of a mess than he let on, she'd bet. Gabriel was more obvious in his issues. Pale skin, highlighting dark bags under his eyes that spoke of a man who hadn't slept in weeks. She observed the wringing hands and slumped, shadowed posture. Paranoia. Maybe guilt. He seemed hesitant around people. Or, more specifically, kind Alyssa. And it only seemed to be getting worse as time went on. It would definitely come to a head sooner or later. Lucille was brash and perpetually annoyed. She was aggressive and assertive to the point of coming off as crude and mean. She wanted to lead, but was too prickly to get anyone to agree with her. And she challenged other people's authority at every turn, even if she could provide no alternatives. It was like she was a can of soda that had been shaken to the point of exploding outward, but was only just managing to keep the lid on at all times. That was bound to change sooner or later, and anyone would bet money on the fact that the resulting explosion was bound to catch one of them in the crossfire. Even Nina knew that she was just as much of a ticking time bomb as the rest. She might have been playing the tentative peacekeeper and decision-maker at this point, but she had a plethora of her own problems to sort through. Certain times her temper could match Lucille's, and her power made her current ignorance to this world's laws dangerous. She could smile just as fakely as Kai and could pretend to be just as much of a child as Alyssa at times when she caught herself slipping into old habits. This group had been set up for catastrophic failure, but at this point, finding the others was a far-off dream. Alyssa had insisted they leave it up to fate, and fate, it seems, was a cruel mistress. But as she looked back at the others, at Alyssa, bounding from person to person, tentative smile on each of their faces. This would have to do. Resolving herself, she walked forward. Maybe this group had a million problems, and maybe they were destined to fall apart into 1,000 tiny little pieces. But for now, in this moment, they would make this work. And she would try her damnedest to keep it that way. And with that, episode 5 of Kingmakers, Dawn, comes to a close. I've been your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and we will see you all next time.